Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Vobes Show. Lovely to see you. Thank you for popping by. Hope you can hear me. Hope you can see me. Hope you've tuned in on the 21st of January 2019. I'm Richard Vobes, and this is Ye Oldie Vobes Show, and this is Ye Oldie Baldy doing it. So far, so good. Just going to fiddle with the old computer to make sure that the people actually out there and watching, so just bear with me as I do that. It's all very highly technical. Lovely to see you. I see that Paul Watts is there. Hello, Paul. And the lovely Julia is there. Dean Cooper, Steve Blakey, Lynn Bussey, which is fantastic. We have Neil Gardner. Hello to you. Let me move my little didgeridoo stick down so I get to see more of you and see the comments. Good evening, says Andy Dalgleish. Cynthia Julian. Hello. I was only talking to you on the old blower earlier this evening. Good evening, Vobinators, says the lovely Julia. Daniel is there. He says a new week for the Vobes. It is a new week for me. I don't know whether everybody else gets a new week, but I certainly have had one today. It's nice to be back in the old studio. Stuart Douch. Hello, Stuart, mate. How are you? All good, I hope. Richard Suggett is here. We have Laura Riddle. Martin Snow. Hello, Martin. And Danny Harris is also there. Thank you so much for joining. Now, tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we've got some more games and some more fun and some more hoo-ha, of course. We all like a bit of fun and games and hoo-ha. Pam Earnshaw, hello to you. Steve Blakey, Steve Pilfold, beg your pardon, is here. And Osborne, hello. Shirley Ward, sorry, burping as my dinner is coming back. Robert Croser and Kevin Hall. Once I've got the name, Croser, I've got it. Once it's in there, it's fixed. And there go the lovely thumbses and all of that. So thank you so much to that, which is great. I'm struggling with the scrolling bar keeps moving, and I want it to stay down so I see all the comments go up. I don't know whether you see that, whether you see the same technical thing. Hello, Anne, she's saying. Hello, Richard, says Daniel, which is great. Claire Leach has joined as well. Hello to you. Isn't it cold? I don't know where you are, but wherever you are, isn't it cold? It's colder today than it's been for a long, long time. I went out this morning and it said -5 in my car. -5! I got the heating on as quickly as I possibly could. And then when I got to my destination to do the filming, which actually the film will go out tomorrow, I decided to put the film that I shot today out tomorrow and the film I shot yesterday the day after. That won't make much sense, but it makes sense to me. I know what I'm doing. And the reason I've done that is because I haven't edited the one I did yesterday, if you see what I mean. In that lovely, glorious sunshine. Went out today in that lovely, glorious sunshine. When I finished, it was about 4 degrees. Couldn't believe it. George Timperley, how are you? Hope you're well. Getting the comments coming through, which is nice. Steve Pulfo says, is that a load of keys behind you? Yeah, might be. Might be the odd one. I think we've done the key stuff. Keep it there, says Robert Croser. Will do. I'll try and keep it there. And Linda Kane says, I started to watch the old one. Oh, beg your pardon. Yeah, sorry. Now, if I'm looking a bit larger than normal, I have 2 jumpers on. The studio is cold here. I've had 2 jumpers on all day long. Even though I've got the Essie going. The Essie. Blessy. Yes, I've had 2 jumpers on, and I've actually got thermals. I won't be bothering to show you that. I'm sure you don't want to see. You don't want to see. And I've been out and about, as I say, but wearing all that, my tweed jacket and the scarf and the hat and the gloves and everything. It's been great. And then suddenly it was warm and I didn't need it. So that was a bit peculiar. Paul Hine, hello to you. Thank you for coming along. It's very nice. And Mark Selwood, Nikki is busy cooking and apologises to everyone for being off the radar. How long does it take her to cook then? And how long is she off the radar? Shirley Ward says, hi, Richard and everyone. Marvellous. That's terrific. Now then, hang on. I just got to still tweak this little blighty thingy that goes up and down. Claire Leach is replying to Mark. Hope it's going to be tasty and I hope you're both well. Let's hope you are, which is great. Ooh. 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 Super duper. Okay, so in today's show, Glenn Johnson, hello. Are tweed jackets warm? Yes, Harris Tweed is. I know that because that's the one I've got. And it is warm, actually. I love it. Not only is it a nice cut and it's a nice finish, but because it's wool, it's natural I was going to say natural man-made fibre. It's a natural fibre made by man into a jacket, but it's not, the fibre itself is made by sheep. So it's, not made by, you know what I'm trying to say. Don't misconstrue my words. I'll have Mr. Pilfold on me going, actually, technically, it's not. It is actually, I believe it's grown by sheep. I will, but of course, no doubt it's all wrong, and somebody will correct me. Danny Harris says, I've heard that it's bad luck to have a peacock feather on the wall indoors, yeah? Where did you hear that? I was having bad luck before I had a peacock feather on the wall indoors. And actually, the peacock that came from lives near Biddenden, actually. Bethersden, I think, or that direction in Kent. It's hardly likely to come and attack me. At least, I hope it isn't, so that would be good. Steve Pilfold is saying, no ice skating ducks on the village pond this morning, which now has water in it again. Ice skating. Were you ice skating the ducks like they do in the Winter Olympics? Is that what you're doing? Did you grab hold of one of those winter ducks and then make out it was one of those... What do they call those things that they slide across the ice? They look like old-fashioned kettles, is what they look like. I've got one on my Essie. You know, one that blows its whistle and makes a noise. When they thrust them across. Kerning, is it? Curdling? I don't know, something like that. Curling, is it curling? Is that what they call it? And why is it called curling? Steve Pulford says, did have water, now has ice. Yeah, it's gone back to ice, I'd no doubt. Tweeds are the way to go, says Robert Croser. They are. Who doesn't like a nice tweed? Danny Harris is laughing his socks off, which is always good. Fiona Cooper, hello to you, Fiona Cooper. Very nice to see you. Thank you for coming by. And Paul Hine is there. He says, I've been to the records office today and learnt a new term, vinegar syndrome. Richard would know what it is. Would I? I have absolutely no idea what vinegar syndrome is. What is it? Can you enlighten us, please? This new term that you have learned. I've no idea what it is. It's very nice. John Small, hello to you. A bit of advertising for the Veg Grower podcast, by the way. At least I think that's on the front. Oh, yeah, there we are. Which is very nice. Thank you very much. Duck curling. Oh, duck curling. That's what it is. And you must be quackers to do it. Thank you. Which is all very good. John Small, yes. Curling stone. It's a curling stone, I guess. And it must be very, very smooth on the front. It's funny when you see them out there with the mops or the brushes or the whatever it is that they're doing just before, trying to keep... It's almost, to me, it's like it's cheating, really, that they're able to polish up the floor. You don't get that in snooker, do you? When they're snookerising the ball, you don't have somebody in front of the ball going... Just making sure there's no ripples in the green beige, whatever it is. Glenn Johnson says, yep, tyres are full of ice bananas. Okay, I'm glad we know what that is. Kevin Hall! Hello, Kevin Hall. He says, an ice alert has been issued for tomorrow in the south. Oh, great. Well, luckily, not out first thing. Got to go and pick up the lovely Cynthia Julian tomorrow. And we're heading over towards Eastbourne, but not actually into Eastbourne. We're going in that direction. We're going into East Sussex, ladies and gentlemen. East Sussex. I've got my passport. I've got my winter hat. I've got all my special papers. I wonder where the border crossing is on the A27. Mr. Pilfold will know. Where is the crossing? Where is the border crossing on the A27 from west to East Sussex? Where will I have to go and be interrogated to find out exactly where I'm going, who I'm seeing, and when I will be returning? And is it a cheap day return? That's what I'd like to know. What have we got there? Deteriorating film. Oh, the vinegar. What did you call it? Vinegar effect or something. Paul Hines says it's an issue in preserving this type of film is controlling the form of decay known as vinegar syndrome, more properly referred to as acetate film base. Ah, now you're talking. I wish I did know that. Henry David Allen, he says, good evening. Can't watch as I am on the Eurostar. Hope you all have a good time. Oh, I hope you have a nice, safe journey on the Eurostar and it doesn't break down in the tunnel. But thanks for checking in. It's nice to see you. The lovely Julia says, hello, Maurice from the chilly south coast of England. Is it chilly down there in the south coast of it? I'm in the chilly south coast of England. Yeah, it's getting confused here. Mark Selwood says, I hate that reception going on and off the phone. Yes, it's a nightmare, isn't it? I do beg your pardon. My receptionist is always going on and off the phone. Oh, hello. I can't stay for long. I've got to clean my nails. Yeah, they're a bit long at the moment. Oh, hang on. There's a call for Mr. Vobes. Hello, Vobes Incorporated. Can I help you? Oh, I'm sorry, I can't actually speak to Mr. Vobes. Oh, no, he's far too high-powered for that, you know. But you can talk to his assistant. Yes, I'll just put you through to Albert Fishface.
Hello, Albert Fishface here. What can
Albert Fishface would talk more like,
what can I do for you?
I don't know what I'm up to. Dean Cooper says something, but something's hiding. There we are. Something's hiding what Dean Cooper's saying. The temperature has gone up here in Uckfield. Cloud cover is above, but what's going to come out of it? Rain or snow? Yeah, well, there you go. What's going to come out of it? Nikki Jess has joined. She's cooking in one hand, and she's watching the show in the other. Nikki, what are you cooking tonight in your woks? Have you got, what are you, let me have a guess, crickets? Are you doing, because insects is the new big thing, isn't it? Insects, lots of crickets and, what do we call them? Grasshoppers. Yeah, grasshoppers. Have they all hopped in? Ants. About ants in my pants, I got ants in my pants and ants, in funny places. That reminded me of the what was that? That was Hey Hey, not Hey Hey, it's the Monkeys. Funny Faces. Funny. Remember the advert for Funny Faces? Funny Faces, hey hey hey. Funny Faces, hey hey hey. I think they were ice creams, weren't they? Funny Faces. Steve Pilfold will know. Lovely. And as you lick their funny faces off, I don't know whether that's is that a good thing? Can you say that? Is that I won't be publicly offended if I. Will I be publicly? I'm not publicly offended. Cynthia Walder, hello to you, Cynthia Walder. Very nice to see you. Thank you for joining us on this merry Monday night, wherever you are. Well, you're up there near Hazelmere. I know where you are. Mark Selwood says, Nikki, get back in the kitchen. Yeah, get back in the kitchen with all those little insect things. Shh. John Berger says, northeast, Maurice is in bloody cold right now at about 10 degrees centigrade. 10 degrees centigrade, 10 degrees centigrade is not cold. 10 degrees centigrade is it's positively balmy over here in the jolly old UK, you know. Oh, Nikki Jess says she's doing a Thai curry for Mark. Oh, that's very nice. What a lovely thing. What kind are you using? Revolving bow ties or just the straight? And what sort of knot do you do? Do you do one of these big fat, kipper ones, a kipper knot with a great big fat wide tie? Or are you doing a little Slim Jim number? I'm just interested. Slim Jim curry, Slim Jim Thai curry tonight for the lovely Mark Selwood. That would be good. Steve is replying to Glenn, or Glenn to Steve. Henry says, I can watch as my girlfriend has lent me her headphones. Oh, isn't that nice of her? She doesn't want you to be going... hello, thank you for joining me. I'm on the Eurostar at the moment, and we're just driving through the tunnel. Clickety-click, clickety-clum, clickety-click, clickety-clum, clickety... So she's probably reading one of her romance novels. You know how women read all these romance novels, Mills and Boon and that sort of thing, and going, and the dark-haired, lantern-jaw-set man with the rippling muscles leant forward and said, "Ticket, please." And I looked at him, and I pert my lips and smiled at the same time, which is quite difficult to do. But I managed it nonetheless, because this is Mills and Boon, romantic fiction, don't you know? And I smiled, and I let my cleavage just open up, just the smallest amount. And I said, "I'm ever so sorry, I don't have a ticket." Then he said, narrowing his eyes and bringing his cheeks much closer to mine, and said, "Well, my dear, you will have to pay in another way." "Oh," I said, fluttering my eyelids and going bright red, my hair sending prickles down the back of my spine. Meanwhile, the lovely Henry David Allen is on here, clickety-click, clickety-click, watching the show. Hello, thank you for joining me, watching the show. I'm now watching the show, and thank you for joining me. My girlfriend seems to be very excited about the book that she's reading at the moment. I don't know what she's reading, but it sounds very excited. She's getting very hot under the collar, and it looks like prickles pimples have just appeared on the back of her neck. I wonder what's going on in that little dream world. So there we are. Anyway, so that's what's happening there. It's all very exciting. Claire Leach says that my colleague wore 2 pairs of pants. It was so cold today. And she told you about it, presumably. She told you. That's so nice. Like a Russian doll. I wonder how many pants a Russian doll wears. It's a good question. Never thought of it before. Robert Croser says, you're obviously talking about yourself there, Mr. Vobes. I'm not quite sure which bit I was supposedly talking about, but possibly. Nikki just says, Mr. Mark likes a kipper tie. Yes, I bet he does. He likes to have a kip on a tie, I should think. John Russell says, good evening, good evening. Anyway, lovely to see you all. Thank you very much. Now, we go 2 lots of games tonight. First one, of course, it's Monday night, so we'll have this going throughout the evening. What is in the box? What is in the box? No, not electricity, not watts. What is in the box tonight, okay? I'll leave you to have a guess at. You can ask questions, of course. You can ask me questions about what's in the box. I'd be more than happy to answer those. So do ask away. That's the first thing. The second, I have some... Who am I? Who am I? Famous people or imaginary? Or characters from fiction? Or cartoons and that sort of thing, okay? Who am I? Who am I? Some of them are... to be honest with you, most of them are men. I suddenly realised as I was doing them, I was favouring men only because I know more famous people who happen to be men than I do women. Or at least, but there are some women in there. But, I don't want all the feminists to gang up on me and beat me up. I've acknowledged that I didn't think of it, and as I was writing them down 10 minutes before, and I thought, oh, that must be a flaw in my human character. I was only thinking of men because I happen to be a man. Well, mostly a man. Henry David says, that was very funny. Oh, good. I'm very pleased. I hate it if anyone takes offence, but if you do take offence, could you make sure you cover it in creosote and then bring it back? That would be very nice. Although I don't think creosote these days, I think you have to use cuponol. Cuponol? I thought cupinols were those things on your nails. Anyway, don't worry. So Kevin Hall says, I like a nice Windsor knot. When I wear a tie. I bet you do. Nice Windsor knot, they're nice, aren't they? Hello, I've got a Windsor. Nice. Is it a short Windsor? Oh, it's a very tight Windsor, like a tight throat-curdling Windsor. I believe Albert Perrypoint used a Windsor knot, didn't he? When he used to come to people in the condemned cell. Did he not have that, Albert Perrypoint? Or whatever his name was, right, come on then, whoever, like John George Haigh. Right, John George Haigh, come with me. Oh, yes, you're wearing a tie. You don't need your tie. I've got a much nicer tie for you. Hessian tie it is, actually. Very nice. It would be a bit tight-fitting for you, John George Haigh, the acid bath murderer, 1949. However, if you'd like to step on this little bit of flimsy spot where the floor isn't quite so safe, that's it. Put on your new tie. Oh, I know it goes up to the ceiling, but that's ever so nice. Oh, look, a lever. Just stay there a minute, mister. I'm just going to get the lever. Yep. I think that was a Windsor knot, was it? Was it not? Was it not? Who knows? I don't know. Claire Leach, is it a man? LOA. Is it a man? Is it a woman? Is it? Who knows what it is? Oh, you're asking about the right, number one. Yes, who am I? First question. So I've just seen false teeth, but I forgot to see who it was. What's in the box? Is it false teeth? No false teeth. Thank you very much for asking for that. Okay, sorry, I'll try and be on the ball. Henry says, you've given me an idea. How about when I'm at home, I watch the Vobes show on my laptop and I'll make a Henry's Adventures video saying, hello, thank you for joining me. I'm watching the Vobes show. I think that's a splendid idea. And post it in the group. That would be superb. That would be so funny. That would be hilarious. Maybe everybody should... I know. Here we go. This is what you should do. Everybody get out their camera phones. Get their camera phone. I haven't got mine on me. Typical. It's in the other room. Take a picture of you, however you're... Oh, some of you are watching on your phones, aren't you? Of course. You need a laptop or a computer or a television or something. Take a picture of you with a picture of me in the background and post it. Better post it on the Vobes show. Better post it on the Vobes show, otherwise a lot of the group members in the Bald Explorer group won't know what the hell's going on. So post a picture in there of I'm watching the Vobes show. That would be lovely. Let's see how many people will actually do that, if any. That'd be interesting. Anne Osborne says, "Can you eat it? Can you eat it?" No. Good question, Anne. You can't eat it. You definitely wouldn't want to eat it. It would be pretty horrible to try and eat it. You might have a problem swallowing it, but there we go. Mark Selwood says, "Is a memory card in the box for your camera?" It would be a blooming heavy one. It would be a blooming heavy one. No, it's not a memory card, but thank you very much. Is it an actor? Yes, that's right. It's the who am I? It is an actress. The first one actually is a woman. It's an actress. I will give you the actress's date of birth to help you get this one. 1926. 1926 she was born. That should give you a nice clue. Who is she? She was an actress. She is now deceased. And actually she died a year before I was born, funnily enough, according to my notes. Daniel says, in the box, is it air? Yes, it is air. There is air in the box, but that's not the object that's making the noise. It's a good one. Are they dead? There's only one of them. There's only one, and it's a she. Is she dead? Yes, dead or alive, says Linda Kane. Dead, completely and utterly deceased. The body has probably perished. I don't know how they were died, but they're perfectly dead. Plasticine or flew back in the box? Oh, plasticine or blue tack? No. Not any of those. Very good. Henry says, I'll do that. I'll let you know when I'm on the record. At being well, we'll do it on Wednesday. All being well, we'll do it on Wednesday. I'll let you know when I'm going to be... Oh, okay, fair enough. I'm sorry, moment of aberration there. Aberration, don't you know? Is it a peg for clothes? Good answer. No. I'll let you know. The object in the box, you would not normally find... You wouldn't use it in a house. You might find one in a house, but you wouldn't use it in a house. So, and I picked it up when I was actually out on a walk. That might be a clue. It might not. It might put you in the wrong direction. Is it Greta Garbo? No, it's not Greta Garbo, but you're thinking along the right lines. It's somebody who appeared mostly in black and white in films. It's a film actress, appeared in black and white, born 1926. Is it a conker or an acorn in the box, says Cheryl. No, it's not a conker or an acorn, but they were good guesses, but they were wrong guesses. But, nice to have a guess. I'm sorry if I... oh, wait a minute. Somebody has said who it was. Hang on, I've got to go back. I just saw it. Hang on, who was that? Claire Leach. Well done, Claire Leach. You got it correct. It was, in fact... Marilyn Monroe. I nearly had to do the blowing up of the dress, but I didn't have any dynamite, so that was lucky. We didn't want to do any of that. I'm not very good on famous people because I don't know that many facts about famous people unless they happen to be the famous people that I know facts about, which is a state of obvious, isn't it? Rachel says, in the box, is it a piece of grass? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's a piece of grass, Daniel. Yeah. That can you not hear it? Yeah, you might use this object on grass, but it isn't a piece of grass. So there we are. When not June, then I'm not quite sure. Thimble, not a thimble. No, not a thimble. You wouldn't use it inside a house. Marilyn Renault, John Russell says absolutely. Is it in the box? Is it a fir cone? No, it's not a fir cone. It's not a fir one. It's not any kind of cone, to be honest with you. But that was good. So thank you. Well, right, okay, we've done Marilyn Monroe. Oh, now the next one. Fiona Cooper. Yes. So early on. If you guess it too early, I'm stuffed then, aren't I? You've guessed it too early, but you're quite right. She has guessed a golf ball. Yes, what's in the box this week was, in fact, a golf ball, and there it is. It's an NDX number 2, and it's got a tick, so it must be made by Nike or whoever makes a tick with a golf ball. Hang on, does it say NDX Turbo? If it's yours, You can claim it. I picked it up when I was having a walk, and I thought, oh, that would be a nice item for what's in the box. So I brought it back. And they're obviously too easy. Too easy. Oh, well. We'll have to wait till next week now before we had another what's in the box. But well done for guessing. A golf tee? No, we've done it now. Is it Bessie? No, it's not Bessie, Steve. Thank you. I think you ask that every time, don't you? Well done, Fiona. Right, the second. Here we go with our Who Am I? Who am I? I don't know. If you don't know now, it's a bit late, isn't it? Who am I? Now then, what can I tell you about this one? I won't give you the date of birth yet. This person is English. Yes, English. This person is English. That's a clue. And again, actually, this person is also a woman. This person is also a woman who is English. And let's think. I've got to think of some interesting clues here that won't give it away straight away. Everybody will know this one. Everybody will know this particular person. Dean says Slazenger is the ball make. Oh, is it? Slazenger. It's got the Nike tick on it, though. So that's a bit interesting, isn't it? What else? Mark McLeod says, did that box firmly contain Fisherman's Friends? Formally? No. This was a box that Mr. Suggett gave me, and it just says, Merry Christmas. Maybe it did have Fisherman's Friends. Actually, it's got the stripes for it. You're quite right, quite like that. And if it did, I do like Fisherman's Friends, and I've got a feeling that Mr. Suggett very kindly emptied all those lovely Fisherman's Friends, gobbled them up himself, and then just shoved an old mug in there. And he gave that to... I would like to have had the Fisherman's Friends, if I'm honest, to be honest with you. It's nice to have friends. Erica Jordan. Hello, Erica Jordan. The lovely Erica Jordan. It's nice to see you. Thank you for popping by. We're playing Henry... This was too easy. Henry has guessed it. The Queen. Is it the Queen? Everybody knows, yes. I was going to try and think of some... it was Her Majesty the Queen, Queen Elizabeth the Second, ladies and gentlemen, born in 1926, yet to die. And knowing the Queen, she'll go on for another 30 years. God bless her. Let's hope she does. On the other hand, Prince Philip, the way he's driving at the moment at 97, maybe we can ditch him. Oh no, he's trying to ditch himself. Yeah, dig yourself out of that. Oh, by the way, Her Majesty the Queen is occasionally known to tune into the Vobes show. She doesn't watch all the usual rubbish on the BBC or on any of the other channels, Netflix and Amazon Prime or any of that nonsense. She likes to watch bespoke programmes, of course. And I've actually cycled past one day when I was in London on my unicycle, past the Palace, and I heard her going, "My husband and I, we like to tune in to the Vobes of an evening. Usually we tune in on a Monday, a Wednesday and a Friday." Did you know I've met the Queen? I've actually shaken hands with the Queen. I know you're all sighing, going, oh, not that old story again. But it's true. I have met the Queen. And she was very nice. And she when I met her, she said, "My husband and I very much enjoy the Vobes show. We think that you should come up to the palace sometime and have a little tap with my sword." And I said, oh, I don't know what that means. She said, "No, it's all right. I will make you an OBE." I said, no need. I've already an OBE. In fact, I'm VOBE. She said, "Oh, in that case, I needn't bother." And she went off in a huff. But there we are. That was my encounter with the Queen. There is a truer story than that, actually, which doesn't involve long swords. It does involve comedy trousers and a silly blazer. But we won't go into that story right now. I'm trying to drink this coffee and get it out of the way. Let's... what do we got here? Is Richard Suggett the fisherman's friend? He could well be the fisherman's friend. He looks very fisherman-like, doesn't he, with his lovely beard. Good old Prince Philip, really like him, doesn't give a toss. Unfortunately, doesn't. The rest of us have to give a toss, don't we? The rest of us have to wear our seatbelts, and the rest of us can't dither about in a car on bed. I've met him as well, actually, Prince Philip. I met Prince Philip with my mate Nigel Cooper, equally dressed as schoolboys, funnily enough. when we were working for Thames Water at a treatment at a water treatment centre. Yeah, it was quite peculiar. He was being shown around and we were performing, and then we waved to him. We said, "Here, Phil the Greek, hello." He wasn't too keen with that for some reason. Steve Pilfold says, interesting social dilemma with people. In their 80s and 90s, bombing about in Land Rovers. They all want their independence. The rest of us are all scared. Yes, it's an interesting... I heard an interview on the radio, and whoever was interviewing, said, shouldn't they be, by the time they get into their 90s, shouldn't their licences be revoked? And the woman on I can't remember who she was from, I think from an insurance company or something, or maybe it was that place in Cardiff, that you have to send off to get a licence. She said, no, we want as many old people to drive as much as possible. Oh, it was some quango from the government, wasn't it? We want as many people to drive as possible. And I thought, oh, yeah, of course you do, because you don't want to lay on services where it's going to cost the country money, or the government, or indeed the taxpayer, ultimately, to have to go and pick these people up by some bus or some other social means, rather to have them clogging up the roads, paying for fuel and paying road tax and MOTs and all those things for as long as is physically possible, so that they get more coffers in. Oh, I could see very clearly the advice. How good it would be to have people in their 90s who can barely see, whose reactions must be incredibly slow, driving on the roads, because as long as they're having their cars MOT'd and they're putting petrol into it, they're putting coppers in... Coppers? Well, they're putting coffers and coppers, probably getting people in coffins as well, into the inland revenue, because they need as much money as they can, seeing as we're going to be feeding it to the bloody EU for no return by the looks of things, unless we can bloody well escape. But let's not mention the B word. James DeWill has joined. Hello, James, it's lovely to see you. Mark McLeod says she's not English, she's a German lizard apparently. I meant mum a long time ago, and her mum was passing out. I was concerned my kit was blowing around a lot. Yeah, were you wearing a kilt? Oh, kilt! Did it say? Oh, you said kilt. So Richard Suggett says, funny how we mentioned fishing in the week's podcast. Oh, right, okay, fair dues. Hello, says James DeWill. It's lovely to see you, James DeWill. Robert Croser says, my dad's in his 80s, very independent, doesn't drive anymore, though. Well, very wise, very wise. Mark McLeod says, I like to tickle a trout, or two, allegedly. How tickled they are brings out the inner scouse. Right. Good. Steve Pilfold says the youth are more likely to have fast and dangerous with themselves. Yes, I know it's true that the youth, of course, are. Sadly, on every occasion, I know a car from standing across... What? I know a car... I've known a car go from starting across the pavement into a shop window. They're well over their 70s. Yes. Well, both ends of the spectrum, really, isn't it? It's when you're in your mid-50s, you're probably the safest you've ever been. Let's face it, when you're in your mid-50s, and I can vouch for this because I'm nearly in my mid-50s, when you're in your mid-50s, you're not the young racer that you once was. You get into a car, and unlike when you were young thinking, God, look at this throbbing engine, I can drive around and impress everybody. Now your eyes are going, your hearing is going, the leg is a little bit dodgy, but you're okay. You're okay. You're not old where it's completely gone. You haven't completely lost it. You've still got your marbles just about. You're hanging on to them, and you're very aware where the police cameras are and where the police are sitting, and you're driving a lot more sedate because you're so dependent because you've got to pay that mortgage for the rest of your life. You can't afford to lose your job, and you need to get to work by driving. So you can't. When you're in your mid-50s, you're in that very careful period, aren't you? Oh, golly, it's only a few more years to my pension. I don't want to lose my car. I've got to pay off the pension and everything. Do you know, a friend of mine, talking of pensions, this was tragic. A friend of mine I saw the other day. He's an entertainer, lovely bloke. He bought a pension some while ago. And he's been paying off. He did a bit of television work, made quite a bit of money. So he was bunging in like $5,000 here and $5,000 there into his pension. and he's had it for a long, long time, and he's been paying it. And he said he had information back from his pension the other day. He said when he hits 65, which is in about 15 years, or just under 15 years, about 11 years, something like that. He says when he hits 65 and his pension comes up, he says, "Do you know how much I'll get?" I said, "No idea, mate. No idea. How much will you get?" Me, who hasn't got a pension, got nothing like that. He said, "I'll get £35 a week." £35 a week? It's been paid. He said, "Yes. I don't understand it. I put thousands into this thing over the years, and then when I had my TV work, I put £5,000 in and some extra here and some extra there, topped it all up, made sure I was all doing the right thing. I'm only going to get £35 a week. £35 a week? Oh my giddy aunts, 140 a month. I just thought, that's madness. And he says, I've got to keep paying into it for the next 11 or 12 years, and then I'll only get this £35 a week. And I just thought, well, I was a bit worried because I didn't have a pension. I didn't believe in having a pension. I just thought that was a bit odd. And now I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I haven't paid in all that money. Whew, it's amazing, isn't it? Erica Jordan says Prince Philip likes fishing. Does that help? I don't know. Does that help who? He's not supposed to be fishing out the window, though, is he, as he's driving his vehicle? Daniel says, Richard, are you in your 50? We will have to do a big party when you reach 60. No, you won't, actually. Thank you very much. Not going to tell anybody when I reach 60. It'll come. It'll go. Nobody will know. Kevin Hall says, and the rant continues. LOL. LOL. Yeah, sorry about that. Mark Selwood says, all my faculties deteriorated in my 30s. Now, here's another funny thing. Here's another funny thing. When I was nearly 40 or just in my early 40s, I knew another bloke who now lives in Portugal. Very nice chap, worked on the trains. Maybe Steve Pilfold knows him. I don't know. Very nice chap, worked on the trains. And we would go on walks together, and we were either just hit 40 or in our early 40s, same sort of age. And he would say to me, and he would be getting up and he'd be going, having twinges. And he said, we're getting old, aren't we, Richard? And I thought, what are you talking about? We're not getting old. We're not even halfway. We're 40, 41, 42, not old. And I just thought, this is bonkers. What kind of mental aberration is it when you start to think that you are old when you're 40? You're not. You know, when you get to about 40, you actually start to think, hey, I'm alive. This is what it all means. I'm suddenly becoming aware of the world. It takes those 40 years to get there. When you're in your early 30s, you think you've grown up. You think you're suddenly, I'm out of my 20s now. I'm suddenly got to be mature. I've got to be sensible. No, you haven't. No, you still haven't quite grown up yet. That's the phase where you think you've grown up, but you actually haven't grown up. You're still trying to be in your 20s, even though you're in your 30s. And you've got all these responsibilities, and you're trying to wear two hats. You're trying to be young and fruitful and all that and reckless and all those sort of things, but you can't really afford to be young and fruitful and reckless and all those things because suddenly you've got married, you've got a mortgage, you've got a kid, you've got responsibilities, you've got to be sensible to your boss, you want to be a complete and utter idiot with your mates. And you can't because you're in your... But when you get to 40s and your kids are a little bit more mature and they're a little bit older and they're sort of 10, something like that, 10, 11, 12, and they can sort of do their own thing and they no longer see you as being Mr. Universe, a god, somebody to look up to. They start realising, he's just a man. He's just a man. He goes to work like the rest of them. He's just a man. He cuts himself, he bleeds, he swears, he's just like an ordinary person. Suddenly they realise that you're not the superhuman they once thought. And because of that, they no longer pest you in the same way. Not that it was, all that loving stuff that they did, which was, and I miss that so much. I tell you how much I miss the kids when they were in their younger bit. But anyway, so when you get to 40 and they're now doing their own thing and they only need you now for transportation in the car or money. Or, of course, they still want their food and all that and clothes and, and 80 quid for a new pair of Nike slippers and things like that. That's, suddenly you are the bank of mum and dad, and that goes on, of course, for a while. But that releases you a little bit because all that responsibility, having to look after them, you still got all of that, but you kind of got on top of it. You work out, oh, right, okay, I've had a family, I've had kids, I've done that. That wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. It wasn't as incredibly difficult as I thought it was going to be. And you've got your head above the parapet and you're beginning to look towards the future and you think, actually, it's going to be great. And then you get into your 50s and you're starting to get the wobbles. You're starting to get that, oh, well, if I don't make it soon, when will I make it? What will I do? God knows what it's like in your 60s. I haven't got there, so let's not even go there. Matthew Holdsworth, finally, Matthew. Matthew, where have you been? We've been waiting for you for ages. Goodness sake, I've been pacing up and down like this. Pace. You know, it's nice to see. I'm seeing Matthew on Thursday, and I'm very much looking forward to it. Chris Nash says it's all true. It is all true. Of course it's true. Kevin thought it'll be... Thank you, Kevin. He'll be 60 in 56 years. Yeah, 56. What are you saying? I'm 4 years old? Oh, 5 or 6 years. Yeah, maybe. Let's not dwell on that, shall we? Thank you very much. Steve Bullfold says, I turned 40 in December, found turning 30 harder. There you go. Exactly. Turning 30 is like, it just seems, there's a mental funny thing. You get to 40 and you start to go, oh, okay. But some people, like I said, this guy was going, oh, we're getting old. I can't get up in the morning. No, you can't get up in the morning because you're bloody lazy. Because you haven't quite got it yet. But they will. I appreciate Richard in my 40s. In my 30s, nah. That was Mark Selwood, by the way. Turning 40 was a doddle, says Robert Crozer. There we go. See, so you know, what I've just said was a load of absolute trollops. Trollops, ladies and gentlemen. Absolute rubbish. I don't know what I'm talking about. All I know is I've got to fill space, and I've got another 20-odd minutes. 18 minutes, in fact, so that's all right. James Will says, no guest tonight. What about a game? All right, James, all right. Bloody hell. We're playing a game. We were playing happily before you came along, James. Now you've rocked the boat. Hurry up, Richard. Get on with it. Aren't we playing a game? It's all very well coming on there and telling me what to do. I'm doing this out of the kindness of my heart, ladies and gentlemen. The kindness of my heart. My heart's not very kind at the moment. Because we're getting old. Right, okay, here we go. Let's do, I'm going to do, this is a fictional character. I don't know when he was first invented or whatever, but I'm going to mime it and see if you can get, this is be an easy one, this first one. This will be the first one. Be a nice easy one. Who am I? So that was that. We got that over and done with. James DeWill, that's for you. Nobody else guessed. Just James DeWill. See if we can get that one. Nice, easy one to start with. Who am I? And why? Why am I? And what can you tell me? When was this character first conceived? I'd like to know. No wobbles here, says Glenn. Good for you, mate. My kids are 5, 2 and 2. They still rely on us quite a bit. Yeah, well, they will do at that sort of age. I'm sure they rely on you a lot at that age, Steve. Claire Leach says, my daughter will be 14 in 2 weeks and she knows all my flaws now. Ah, there you are, you see, Claire. It's like one minute you're a superstar, you're somebody special, and the next minute, what are you? Mark Selwood, yes, you're the first one I've seen who's come up with the correct answer. Well done. Elizabeth Housden is there. Hello, darlings. Hello, darling. How are you? Very nice to see you, Liz. Hope you're well. You do the most exciting things, says Matthew. Oh, to Matthew, says Linda Kane. Erica Jordan. Yeah, no, Erica Jordan. Actually, I did have that one further down the list. I was looking forward to doing Sherlock Holmes, but you've ruined it now, haven't you? You've ruined it. I can't do Sherlock Holmes now. That's Sherlock Holmes. Here. Knock, knock, knock. Come in. Come in, sit down. My name is Dr. Watson. Do sit down there and tell Mr. Holmes what your problem is. Bum, ba, bum, bum, ba, 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 bum, bum. Bum, 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 ba, bum. Oh, wait, that's the theme to Dallas. I don't know what Superman is doing to the theme to Dallas, but anyway, there he goes. Anne Evans. Hello, Anne Evans. I thought you were already here. Oh, Anne Evans. Not good Evans. Anne Evans. Nice to see you, Anne. Thank you for popping by. Secret. No, it's not Secret Squirrel. Thank you. Let's do the next one. Next one, another easy one. I've got to mime these. This is kind of like a charade thing. The next, Robert Crozer says, 1936. Really? That was the first time that Superman came about. Superman, bit like you, Richard. Yes, a bit like me. Bald, obviously, and bold, and like me, can stand on one leg and stick his fist in the air, which, you know, is not a mean feat. Nothing to be sniffed at. I'm actually younger, says Glenn, than something. I don't know. Younger than what? We're all younger than something. But are we? We're all younger than God, aren't we, I assume? We don't actually know how old God is, but we assume we're younger than him. It would be a bit weird if we were, let's not get esoterical, but if we were older than God, that would be slightly bizarre, would it not? Anyway, Liz says she's fine, sweetie. Hello, I'm so pleased. Mr. Suggett and I are going to come up with a van and relieve you of all those logs down the other end of the garden at some juncture. Because, you know, those logs that I bought a whole load of logs, 150 quid's worth, 2 big bags of oak logs, nearly gone. 150 quid. This essay is costing me an absolute fortune. I'm not earning anything. How is that possible? This was supposed to be a clever ruse to save cash. I'm going out at night now with that saw, the lovely Kevin. It's nearly blunt, I can tell you. That saw, the lovely Kevin, it's as blunt as anything now. I've got to go and buy another one. But I'm going to buy a bigger one and chop a few trees. Don't tell the lovely Julia. Don't kick. If you're listening, just put your fingers in your ears and go, la, 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 la. Didn't hear a word that he said. I need to chop down a few more trees. Or find some trees that people are already chopping down. That would be good. Nigel Sadler. Hello, Nigel. He says the comments ale coming up with the answers before Richard does the mime. I must be on a video delay tonight. Yes, I think you must be. The comments are. I thought it said ale. Beg your pardon. Mark Selwood says I would have like your underpants outside the trousers. Not my underpants. He wouldn't like outside the trousers. I believe me. Danny Harris says you're a little teapot, short and stout. True. I'm a little teapot, short and spout. Here's my earlobes, there's my spout. Yes, anyway. Right, ask Richard Suggett. He's a god. He is, yes, Richard Suggett's a god. We should ask him. Actually, I am older than Richard Suggett, but only by a couple of years. Right, the next one. Okay, I've got to mime this one. Let's see if you can guess this. It's not a very good mime, I give you that. But it is a fictional character. Who is it? Who is it? I suppose there's a little bit of going on at the same time. I think he had a pipe. I can't remember. So there we are. We'll see who that is. Do you want another saw? Do I know? And yes, I do, actually. If you're passing by or you want to stick one in the post, I do. Oh, tell me where you got it. It was a Unwin Irwin one, wasn't it? From the 1960s TV series that they had. An Unwin Irwin saw. Mark Selwood, yes. Dean Cooper, yes. Well done. Stone Cold Steve Austin. No, it wasn't Stone Cold Steve Austin. The Queen, says Erica Jordan. No, yeah. Is that the delay coming through? Yeah, thanks. The world's weirdest man. Yeah, that's me. No, you were quite right. It was supposed to be, ladies and gentlemen, it was supposed to be Popeye. Popeye the Sailor Man. What did he go? Little olive oil or something. He had a little funny, buzzy type thing. All right, so much for that one. Let's have a look at OK. Some of these are actually quite tricky. How about this one? Who was I there? That's a nice, easy one. I'm just getting the feedback now to see how it worked. Yes, that was easy. It's actually quite... That even made me laugh. That even made me... I'm going to do it again. It was so funny. Cheryl got that one right. Nice, easy one there. Yes, that's right. E.T. the extraterrestrial. Well done, Cheryl. Well done, Mark. Well done, Liz Housden. Well done, Dean Cooper. Hello, Anne Osborne. Well done to you. Erica Jordan is phoning home. E.T. phone home. That was cool. We enjoyed that one. The Pointer Sisters. Yeah, that's who it was, Glenn. The Pointer Sisters. What's the point of that, huh? Actually, I wouldn't know what the Pointer Sisters sang. I know the name, but I couldn't tell you what they sang. Do Katie Price, says Steve Pilfold. How would you do Katie Price? Oh, wait, no, she's usually got a baseball bat and about 8 husbands, hasn't she? And lots of rings that she's taken off and do thee with I thee wed, yes. Oh, no, wait a minute, I'll have a divorce and see. Oh, yes, look at me. Yes, have some of this. Is that Katie Price? Maybe that's a bit harsh. Oh, wait, hang on. She's written books, hasn't she? She wrote a book about horses, or somebody wrote it for her. I can't remember. And isn't she like a big river? You know, the River Jordan with Gordon. A dog. No, it's not a dog. Warwick Davis. Could have been Warwick Davis, couldn't it? Let's face it. Or maybe Samantha Fox. Yes, more in your... Yeah, thanks. In my era. Yes. Well, she's probably a little old lady now, poor old Samantha Fox. Held down, bent forward like that with perhaps some sort of apparatus holding bits up. What? It's Henry David Allen. He never goes home. Yeah. What else have we got here? Just right. Okay. So let's have a look. Here we go. Here's another one. Who's this? It's tricky for me to do that because the studio is actually quite tiny, and I'm trying to do that. I'm just seeing the feedback to see how that. That was pretty naff. Let me try that one again. Maybe you'll get that one. Who is that, ladies and gentlemen? It's quite bizarre. We've only got 8 minutes left. Spider-Man. No, it wasn't Spider-Man. It was a good guess, but it wasn't Spider-Man. Mary Poppins. No, it wasn't Mary Poppins. Actually, Mary Poppins would have been quite good, wouldn't it? With her bag and her umbrella. I should have done that. Woo. No, it wasn't Mary Poppins. Linda Kane says she died. Who died? She had a new book. Oh, she died? What? Jordan? No. Oh, Robert Croser. Croser has got it. Well done, Robert Croser. Tarzan. I didn't want to do that bit because that would have made it very easy. Who couldn't do a proper yodel like Tarzan? I can do Daleks, but I can't do... hang on, a Dalek on a vine in the jungle. I will exterminate... Oh, hang on, I can't do a Dalek. Hang on, I've got to just practice the Daleks over here. Exterminate! I will exterminate! Beep, beep. You must kill the doctor! I obey! Poor old Dalek. Fell into the wall. That was a bit more like a Hitler Dalek, wasn't it? You won't do as I do! I'm a Dalek! Yes, let's not do Hitler. What about Statue of Liberty? Yes, it was a Statue of Liberty, that's right. Flying on a vine through the jungle. Yeah, it could have been anyone. Shouting or yodeling isn't mine, though. No, that's not mine. Kevin Hall says it was Richard Vobes. Yes, thank you. Very good. That was Tarzan. This show's rubbish. Yeah, thanks. It's nice. It's nice to know, isn't it? You're doing your best here. Okay. Who is this? Who is that, ladies and gentlemen? It's probably a very bad impression, but I'm just looking at the feedback there. Who is that? See if you can get that one for me. It's not Tarzan. You can believe that one. Richard, you need a stage. Yeah, stage coach. Don't tell me there's one leaving in 5 minutes. Ba-dum-bum. Hey! Robert Croser says, what the hell's going on? Have I swallowed something? Yeah, no, who is that? Who is that? That's a sort of like well, it's not mime because there was a bit of noise in it, but there was sort of mime-ish of the whole thing. People are going, Hannibal Lecter, says the lovely Julia. Yay! Lovely Julia got it. Well done, lovely Julia. Top marks for you. Yes, Hannibal Lecter, wasn't it? There's the mask and he's eating humans through his funny mask. Not sure, says Steve Field. Who is dead? Not Katie or... No, I'm not sure where that was. Paul Newman. What? Hannibal Lecter, that one was. How long? 5 more minutes. Okay. What about... Here's the next one. Who's that, ladies and gentlemen? Who is that? It's it's actually stiffer than the real one, but it's kind of a bit over the top. Anyway, maybe you can guess that one. See what you think. Julia got it. Yeah, well done, Julia. He's very committed, this lad. Oh, yes. Fern Britton. No, it's not Fern Britton. I don't think that was Fern Britton. 5 minutes left. Thank you. It's a bloke people eats. Yeah. The Incredible Hulk, good guess, Anne, but not The Incredible Hulk. RoboCop, not quite RoboCop. CP30, Metal Mickey, yeah, it's all of those, but it's the one who's I'll be back. And I'll be Beethoven. I'll be back. Oh, never mind. Yes, Frankenstein's monster. No, King Tut. Pitt the Younger. Yes, that's right. Pitt the Younger. Of course it was. And Pitt the Younger. I was trying to be sort of robotic. Oh, never mind. You're obviously not very good at this. Let's have a look at this. I have got Mary Poppins on my list, and we've done that. Oh, who is this one? Oh, I don't know how you're going to do this one. This one. Who is that? Who is that, ladies and gentlemen? King Julian. Terminator. Yes, I said Terminator. Well done. Well done. We did that one ages ago. I know there's a delay on this, but even so. Terminator. Why does it start buffering when it gets to the end of the show? Yeah, because everyone's turning off, probably. They're all going, had enough of this. We've had enough of this nonsense. We're not coming back on Wednesday. We really are not coming back. What? Actually, you know, I used to do a little bit of hypnosis. That's real. That's not me making it up. Used to do Winnie the Pooh. Well done, Liz. Yes, Winnie the Pooh. That's who it was. That's amazing. I didn't think anyone... Ian, I love the way you spell Winnie the Pooh. Yeah, Winnie the Pooh. Very good. Mary Berry. No, it wasn't Mary Berry. Could have been. I thought Mary Berry had a soggy bottom. Yeah, loving today's show, says Mark Selwood. Thank you very much. It was Frankenstein. The monster has returned. He is alive.
I obey, master.
What was the point? I was just saying something. Oh, yes. One day I'm going to have to do a hypnosis on the show. I used to do hypnosis. I'll have to do some hypnosis. It would be quite funny. Ian, sorry. Did I spell it wrong? I'm so sorry. Winnie. It's like a horse, that was, wasn't it? Winnie the Pooh. Nay. Can't do that because I haven't got any hair in the mane. Yeah. So there we go. How long have we got now? Oh, look at that, ladies and gentlemen. There's only seconds. Who else did we have on there? Superman. I got another one here I put on there. Easy. Who's this? Come along, Pluto. This way, Pluto. Oh, look, Pluto. It's the end of the show, Pluto. Oh. Who's that, ladies and gentlemen? Who's that? He didn't do that with his hands. This was an appendage on his head. Come along, Pluto. It's the end of the show. That Mr. Vobes has got to go. Pluto. Who can that be? Who can that be? They're all guessing. Is it Winnie the Pooh? No, it's not Winnie the... Oh, here we go. Nikki Jess. What is it? What is it with Nikki Jess? I do not get this. Nikki Jess, tell me, I have not said goodbye. Why is it you come in like a minute or two and go, good night, everybody. Good night. Thanks for coming on. It's nice to see you. I've got to go now. I've got to go. I can't bear to see the end of the show. I can't bear to see the end. I've got to get out before it gets... I bet at the cinema. Are you like that at the cinema? Just as the big climax is coming and there is him and her and they're going to have the last kiss in front of the big moon and the sea and the music is stirring and it's coming up and you're going, oh, it's the end of the show. I've got to go. Oh, I can't bear to see the credits come up and have the end. Oh, no. Is that what it's like? Or in a whodunit, you're at the theatre and it says, and Jacques Cousteau is there. Not Jacques Cousteau, the Clouseau bloke, or the one with the little grey cells in his head. You know, the Agatha Christie is just about to sort of make out. It says, and in this room, the murderer is in this room. Oh, this room? Is it you? No, it's not me. I'm a colonel. I wouldn't murder anybody. What about you? I'm just the cook and I don't murder. No. Oh, look at that big knife. And just as they're about to reveal who the murderer is, Nikki Jess is going, oh no, it's the end of the show. Oh no, I mustn't know. I can't bear the credits. Is that what you... I don't understand. I don't get it. Why do you want to... Boom! Before I've finished. It's so infuriating. It's so... I mean, you could just switch off quietly. Don't mind that. But to tell everybody you're going, it's like going, well, didn't think much of this show. It was a bit lousy. I'm off now before it ends because I can't bear it. That's how it feels. That's how it feels to little old me behind the microphone in front of the camera. That's how it feels. Is that what you want? Is that what you want, Nikki Jess? You do not know how awful. It's like getting a knife. Again, yeah, didn't think much of that. Sticking it right in the art. In the art, that is. Right in the art. Pulling it out, blood squirting everywhere, leaving me, abandoning me. You see, it's for me to say, I'm going. Thank you very much. The curtain shuts, the thing goes off, and then you go, that was so nice. What a lovely bloke. What a gentleman he is. And then you disappear into the wide blue yonder, back to your little thistle things that you've been cooking. You don't piss off halfway through, just toward the end of the show. It's not good. Mark Green has just arrived at the end. The very end. That's just as bad. Oh, it's the Vobes on, is he? It's the Vobes on? Oh, I just tune in. Just at the end. Just as he's finishing. Anyway, I'm only joking. My name is Joe King. There used to be I don't know whether you ever listened to any of the BBC radio programmes in about the 70s and 80s. Maybe the 80s and 90s. I think 80s and 90s. There used to be somebody who worked at the BBC on the comedy programmes, and their name was Joe King. And it would be a comedy programme, and it would be whoever was in it, you know, that was the so-and-so show with such and such and such and such, and the producer was Joe King. Joe King! Yes, the producer was Joe King. That was and it was a real person. Anyway, I thought that was funny. So there we go. Get him off. Yes, thanks. Okay, I'm going. She's going to do the washing up. Yes. She could wait. I've given you 3 extra minutes now. It's typical, that is. Nikki Jess says, I love the show, Richard, but having to wash it. Yes, but you don't do it all the time. Bang on. Has she got one of them things, you know, like, oh, it's 8 o'clock. 9 o'clock, is it? 9 o'clock? I've got to do the washing up. Oh, I like the show, but I must do the washing up. It's 9 o'clock. I've got to do it before Big Ben strikes. Bong, bong. Is Big Ben still working, or have they finished fixing that bell? We keep hearing the recorded announcement on BBC Radio 4. I wonder if they actually fixed the bell now. We never quite know. Mark Green says, just come in for the pub. Oh, Mr. Hello, Richard. It's 8 o'clock. I'm sure it's 8 o'clock now, is it? I just want to watch the Vobes show. Is it entertaining? There. Oh, am I? Oh, hello, darling. It's the Vobes show. The lovely Julia says, in case you miss it the first time, can you do Porky Pig's end of the show line just before you sign off? And and oh yes, and that's all. I can't. No, I can't. I don't know how. I'd embarrass myself now. That's all, folks. That's all, folks. Something like that. Not very good at that one, but I tried. I did try. I'm very trying. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe King. There we are. Dean Cooper. Joe King. Thank you. Until Wednesday. Not sure what I'm doing on Wednesday, but no doubt I'll be back here entertaining you lot. Very nice. Thank you very much for popping by. And I will see you then. So, thank you very much. Today's show was produced by the one and only Joe King, starring Richard Vobes, and a whole host of very bad impersonations. And, of course, your lovely selves on the other side of the microphone and camera. So there we are. That just remains for me to bend down here as I do, stoop with my terrible hunched back, and prepare to say arrivederci, and thank you very much for all the fish. Until the next time, goodbye! 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 That's all, folks. That's all, folks.